Welcome. Have a look at what the day brings. I hope everyone's day just woke up. I hope you had a good. If you've been busy all day and just if you could relax. I had a long day. Got home late. I am looking relaxing time in a Awuzia bunny boy doing some. And if my avatar, strangely, probably because our power is out, just detecting me by the light of the screen. Storytelling. Things. One of the Smiths, circle of dedicated of the Adventurers Guild, have been entrusted. You have but adventurous possibilities stretching out before you must complete. In the Adventurers Guild, we adventure legend heroes who are our champions of essence stars, limitless potential. Fellow Smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the guild also enlists Pedro, Padre, veteran adventurers there with their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful by the type of mentors stand ready to advise you any aspect of it. They have hundreds of quests under their belts and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you. A mentor might even put your company adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of aid to enrich your experiences. Hey, do not hesitate to ask me. Adventure. Are you enjoying the life? And I Jane and Deadly. There are many good welcome and helping you. But should you yourself ever need not mentor fellow adventure, all one. Doesn't the person offer training anymore? And I'm back to this thing that still doesn't. Vedere, then consider Malcolm Skylift. Look at the bloody cliff. One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through though. This mess of wood police are only solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If gods were kind and kind, I'd have a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. glad I am to see you again, but I can drive had just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about monstrosity from a Millicorn his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over side afore turning tail, running for his life. To head down the road, recover that seat, for it to Gulf at Swiftbirch and whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is looking at that plant. Deserve to be rewarded for you. Oh, and you'll also find an Etherite at Swift. The journey should be worth your while. And I need to go there. Oh, same. shining here at Swiftbirch. Corey said to my way did well then started. Right after we got you got in the brass to overcome, likely to encounter these. Take a look at the task outlined in this guild leave. Reckon you yellow crabs are eating all the fish chide me. Well, I'll show him. Hides behind stuff ground some to hire, venture to pay all the ever accepts the cost must be forewarned. Yellow crabs will unhelp injured. Rippery prepare to make. Now Miguel run off their mate feeling out. Don't want to find yourself. Better finish them. The reward. Had no trouble. Reckon it was just fine with the recipe. Always plenty to gift holding them. Sure to make yourself useful. By the by, third adventure. A word with Battle Warden Tirol. He'll give you the details. Don't you ignore that? I'll set her straight if she any doubts as to you. As Naimia now forsaken this desolate, though I understand their risk. I fought on a crop of millicorn. I at least expected delivered before the disaster. That my millicorn seed. Oh, joyous day! May seem a paltry beginning, full of this particular variety of plant, nothing short of astonishing. As you doubtly notice, Swiftbirch lacks certain salvation vital in. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum to its residents by growing a very ocean of thirst seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide while and nurture the scaling seed? there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards the beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? Cannot possibly be bright enough to guide ships sailing in. March over to the light post. Help us investigate myself, but I'm bound to remember. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to Brewers Beacon. Port has been in camp, the lighthouse. Good travel school. So good to learn about guild test, are we? What what's a guild test? Why it's a haste issued by the savvy when a certain task brought to the attention of the guild, a little too grand for a league, but not too grand for a grand company. They deemed guild haste and sent to you. But don't let the lack of grandeur task aren't or anything but some. Most take place in tight quarters and all require precision. Battle mate. And so what do you placing you on the lock? Or locking blocks. Besides a beaming grin from the battle-wounded trio. Fame, fortune, so I presume you'll be joining on. Kinda. Have enough. Not have it. Takes like body for commendation. Woohoo! Player commendation for the guilders. Ew. It'll fall too long. A bit soft, don't worry. It didn't really change anything. That better? Oh my goodness, it... No, it is going through. Yeah. But... And... Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Stab, hello. Thank you for the shouty.
Off she goes, I think. What is happening? I would thought maybe the car was just invisible. Ugh.
What's invisible?
The demon makes its way back to hell.
The demon invisible? Hi, Leon. In need of work, lad? Name's Orwin. I'm a representative of the Adventurers Guild. Notice the hat? Got a feather in your cap. I keep a record of tasks that the locals need doing and dole them out to adventurers that look capable. Now you look capable, but the last sort I reckon tough enough got his face bit off a bleeding wolf rat. Need to prove to me that you can handle me jobs. Take a look at the task. Does it seem like some would do? Memaroon likes sparkly shinies. Memaroon walks and lands to trade good goods for shiny sparklies. But Memaroon cannot be going home. Memaroon afraid bad bandits will be taking Memaroon sparklies. They're not a kind adventurer to keep Memaroon safe. Memaroon share shinies, keep Memaroon safe. Right, better. I've got. Alright then. The beacon is absolute 8 beacon quick. Okay, Sparkly's safe. Okay, Sparkly. Complete the task. Have only need couple. No short task to be different. What? Now it works. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened, but it suddenly works. It's because Tab and Leon came into the game. You guys are my lucky charm. No, it wasn't working earlier. Now it just works. I don't know what happened. Aid of what it no, this guy gives like, look like an adventurer. Maybe you have noticed the balls and cross at others. I've never seen anything quite like it. The bloodshed only works today. Discontinue. Dare say that one of these wipe out the other before. Now it bears mentioning that these girl is a native to Wilbrand. By right, they shouldn't even. I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have a hand in these. Name Ante, and after probing, I've come to believe I would question her myself, but like to at the first sight of you. That's where you come in. Speak with her and learn all. Take a look around. Want to be. Are you yellow jacket sent you here? The light's grown dim, is it? Well, bloody course it has. The bomb with fuel furnace hasn't up and buggered off. I don't get that beacon fixed up soon. There'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just the messenger lad, but I can tell a venturer when I see one. Going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier, set her down in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow. Say, Get a nice fire going and the frisky bomb will be about. Watch you don't send your eyebrows, lad. We're going to hunt the bomb. Going out to the front. Right to you. Oh, it's the look like a all you need. Take down that runaway bomb and oh, you got the ashy bastard. Once I put the slow firecracker furnace, that should keep running for. I had myself a bit of a look while you were them laying curse me if the furnace was unbroken. No wonder the bloody bomb was patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no smithy. Might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours, Birds, and have him pass word back to someone. Furnace is damaged. Well, I shall write that. Very well, I shall up relevant case must need without delay. I have another favor to ask. Go straight away to the armored guild and explain the situation. NASA. Pretty. Does look very pretty. I want to experience real stuff. Really watery. Noble. Snowman. I want to pull the snowman. the dirty work? Well, never take me alive. Never! Over dramatic much? Please don't hurt. I didn't do nothing. I smuggled it like you asked. But that's it. I ain't the one sending you jackals and your friends here. Yellow Jacket sent you? And not a pirate? Why the hell didn't you say so earlier? Well, caught me. I'm behind the Quills L-port. Those good for now. Pirates had me breed jackals for them too. It's the right training they make for nasty watchdogs and the like. But pirates wanted me. That's why they asked me for the clothes that day. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them before I could finish the job. Because they didn't want to wait for the breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now the jackals are on the loose trying to get the coals and clean the egg. I'm a victim of all, you know. Aye, they paid good coin for the animal. But now they got the folk chasing after me, wanting to cover their tracks. So you hurry and tell those yellow jackets I ain't blame you, yeah? And I'm also mad at this. Back. What can you tell me of Rakonta's deal? Claims to be a victim. Well, it was her greed that brought the coals in Brand, and she is totally mistaken to yellow jackets turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held again. At any rate, we now know why the jackals trying to tear each other to bits. The pirates have been quite careful not to leave, but we've managed to capture Rakonta's assailants. They're being questioned as we speak. It won't be long before we track down pirates. Don't worry, friend. The yellow jackets will keep them brought to justice. Meantime, there is still the matter of Rakonta and the beast running amok in the shudder to think what might happen. Jackals and the Quills continue fighting. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Rakonta has admitted to be for the pirate. I fear she might be concealing more to the smuggled else. I bet you speak with her once more. Prove my suspicion. If she wishes to play the role of the victim, perhaps this time she will be more forthcoming with information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, our cooperation will ensure a lighter sentence. Now then, we know something about the wild brand. Jackals have greatly reduced their number. The presence of coals will upset the balance of predation and overboard. Given time, they will establish a breeding population, perhaps even prey upon more than just animals. A large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through airport daily. In great many people will be at risk unless we stop the cool here and now. As much as it pains me to say this, they must be done away with. I like this no more than you, but we Yellow Jackets must put safety of the people above all else. Reports indicate that the kills were last sighted somewhere in Skull Valley. When you are ready, pray seek them out. What needs. This is what happens when people interfere in nature. Not here in nature. Yellow Jackets want to know. Adding more. Fine. I'll remain preserving my liberty. All jackals are long gone, but there is a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from. The jackals are easy to buy in Albord, but wolves can be sure folk will pay good money for them. The Yellow Jackets breathe down when late, though I haven't had time to care for him. Poor thing's probably weak from hunger. I'll tell you where I hid him, but I want to take him best move now. What with the coals running wild, the pirates, jackals and all. Won't be long before they start snooping out for more animals to snake. I have to warn you, maybe a pup, but he'll likely take a meal of anyone but wants to get close to him. Try winning over his stomach with this here succulent bone. That ain't enough. Try rubbing his belly to soothe it. You can't bet he'll be following you anywhere, everywhere. I left the critter in Quarterstone, but hurry before the pirates find. Right. It'd be cool. Oh, hey, with it. Make legends. Heard from a counter you've been to craft pub in. Do you have any luck? Pub counter. Done. Was here not long ago. For a fact, he is willing to cooperate with the authorities, help set things right. But that's not. While you were searching for a pirate related to the investigation, taken into custody. Couldn't have done it without your help. Ringleader has yet to be. Perhaps now Elport can spite. That remains what to do with this pup. Seems to have taken a liking. Perhaps it would be best if you looked after it. Simply no room for him at the head. Letting him wander about own is out of the. I realize how sudden this. Welcome back, adventurer. How did you fare against the wolves and yeah, it's a Fluttershy puppy among us. It's my new pet. I see. Baby cool is all that remains. Shame it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against cold. I need to figure out how to do that. I don't know. But thank you. I see that is head patch for it, but I don't know how to make head pads. Most of the jackals died fighting bulls, but it would seem you pirate's last letter while saving the. Let us at least take solace knowing the bloodshed. There is a bit of good news to be had, however. I received word not long ago that a group of pirates related to our investigation were in custody. We had such carnage without the true animals in the case placed again behind bars. Any luck, their leader and remaining join them. Listen to. Ah, okay. Yeah, I might ask her. Thank you. But what to do with this baby Cole? Quite fond of you, almost as you were his father. Leather jackets are not fit to care for a Cole, especially when full grown. Cannot simply release him back into. Suppose there's only one option. Friend, I leave baby Cole home. Sure, you will do what's best for him. gold cellars. Gone, you gold cellars. All I need is potion sellers. So funny, look at all the carbuncles. Oh, carbuncle. Welcome back, Lago. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto even more demand and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompany Fosia Kaya on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand practical application of. Pray do not tarry. Kaya waits for you. Floor below for food. Timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Ballistics, a Boylstocks family. Our agents suspect these beast men merchants of dealing forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is an important precondition that you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies in the field of battle. Pray keep this in mind and adjust your perception accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, we are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on the foe. One by one, the enemy will be under the bind on probability of victory 95%. Let's place the peddlers vicinity of the spot, Middle Lanosia. I will depart immediately to assess the situation out once you arrive. Furnace? Oracle. I just sent someone out to clip with not a week past. Perhaps the bomb Ken Swiss had trapped there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. The work is done here, Adventure. May the navigator guide you on your journey. What say? work from Naldic and great hulking ship to build, and could certainly extra hand any number of tasks. For your first job, to run this massive anthem, head shipwright at Morabi Drive. Forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at Armorers Guild. The actual construction takes place at the docks, found in the south of Lower Lanusia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vimeli. Morabi Dry Docks is one of Limsalumensa's most important, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret tuning yourself to that area with Etherite. If you have no confidence in your sense of direction, it's surf making the boatport. First floor of the mizzenmast, in case you are wondering. Make check on your own to leave the city through Campus Gate, follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. I know where the dry docks. Thank you. Bunny. I'm for Hylia. Melbane's who are to seize all transactions and for surrender your nasty stickers, gobby spit uplander nosy eyes, stabby iron, aggressive response. Very well, Lago. Remember what everything in perspective. Battlefield fine. Oh my. One time I'm bunnies. I hate this hat. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing David Guildmore Altonac. This was the perfect example of how the strategy was tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, necessary to understand your own strength and weakness. On that note, there is another question I ask. When it comes to improving probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to shoring up your weakness? Oh, again you respond as the proposal. I must revise the probability of your potential to attain greatness 97%. Well, I want to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, calculations must include an accurate assessment of available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for you. Please return to the guild and make your report to me. The Bedroom. Until next week. I see here. Oh, yeah. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets take the peddlers into custody. Strategies will keep them company. Righty then. I don't even mind having to run everywhere. But I'm glad I didn't start in Vanderland. I don't like that area that much. It's also pretty, but the desert gets a bit much. Black Shroud is favorite. Size must want to see. Nice with the ocean. Forest oasis. Bumpy. The only area in Vanderland that I really like is one that you almost spend no time. That's northern Vanderland. Oh, oh no. Pursue a rival. I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration. Another delay. I'm well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans. This is insufferable. My apologies. Messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Lago, is it? Well, Lago, this proud maiden is taking shape before you, the Victory. First new vessel to grace the docks since the Galant. May well have lost the bulk of our ship that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a symbol of Limsalamin's rebirth, from the wreckage brought by the coming of the seventh era. Thus, we are striving to complete the construction as swiftly as possible, even going as far as to hire veteran shipwrights outside the Thalassocrat. Yet, even with such unprecedented, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Leave you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Why do these pants look like I have nothing? Where in the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with the shipment, and now 2 whole turns of a sun without a single word. Shipwright of mine, young man named Earl Smith, recently left Candlekeep Quay to return several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Albroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something. I severely doubt he is telling me the. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep in my stead and inform Holbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island where he can rot in the middle of the return. Nope. That's a good enough threat. Oof. Ethan McCracken. That's a pretty cool name. I'm going. You're a summon. You don't have like energy and speed. Best strat in the world, but got the job done. That self-righteous dog that firm doubt that I never told him anything less than the truth. Littleback Island? Cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave. Navigator Restless, I know naught of this. Pearl Smith, or his precious supplies. Else, we here at the have had enough trouble with the past few suns, what with the sinking of Lamenton's cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in on off the grip. Now, the way I see it, you have the time to be standing here in my character, and you most certainly have the time to get that ass of yours back down to Saltstrand and help us search for survivors of. Who knows? You may just run into this Feral Smith and everyone seems so eager to find. Just hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. Bongo. I've ever heard that sound from. No, because I never listened with headphones. Oh, well, but the hey, Earl Smith. Hey, the foreman's wandering on me. Whereabouts? Thought he might. But you must know I cannot show my face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong after 2 nights past. I made a trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep, just as a foreman asked. These were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to the fisher out to me. By the time we was halfway to shore in the ship, swells had risen nigh on 10 yards, and wasn't long before the waves had hold. Try as we might steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight. We was flung headlong into the Minson galley. When I woke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the side. I has made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with current. I ain't on with this. Now you see why I cannot return to the dry docks. Alright, I'll go fetch the materials. Sorry about the lagging. That night, I was to sea, full of wrath, and it weren't long before the world around me faded to black as I fell into the abyss. Though the navigator wouldn't see me at the gates of heaven hell, I worked to find myself, washed the shore. Here I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage my cargo. The missing parts. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away. But first I must stop by the quay so that I can pay the respects to the widow brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Well, at Burn, I'll be back at the dry docks by night. Many thanks, adventure. I will not forget this. I am relieved to hear that both Rosa and though it was fun to believe I would blame him obviously out of his. See, there was no storm that day. Here at Jake, the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering cloud. Leads me to believe that the trouble ships encountered off Candlekeep was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagan have been known to conjure. Lago, while I have originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Baltic and Valor. Still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Why didn't you like me? What did I ever do to you? Tim Thotha, head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes the pirates may be plotting to. He requires assistance investigating unsavory and making camp near. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa elements are secured before, during and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who turn their backs on the city state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls. The thought of it sick. Yes. I had a feeling the one Athgurum sent first arrived at Adrox. I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. Make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. Simply protocol. Sorry, I'm reading the text. Someone was talking about the dodo that they're riding. The run animation. He's a menace, not gonna lie. um, yes, I had a feeling you would. Sorry. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seem to think somewhat highly of you. I must admit is quite shocking. Man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then. Assume Athburn informed you of your task, what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to raid dry docks, the last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have approached the men. Have you approached the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intention? Cargo stationed at the pier gates can provide you with an exact location. Shinago, haha. I knew it. No more sardines for Shinago. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going on with some other guards on Athburn would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. Follow the road past the gates to the southeast. We'll eventually come to a barren cape, single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that though. I'm giving it to the count of 9 to step back on that path, carry your venturing ass back down to whatever rock it crawled out from under. See? I had it up to my ears with your type, roaming the hills like it was yours to roam. Getting to be that a man cannot enjoy a mug of rum without some shut-breathing breath outlander running and asking which is the way to the local leaf meet. 7 hells if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. The Thals balls. Once you have your boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pistol off an island far behind me. Ain't no one I'll remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags. You have knives to sharpen. So, the trespassers are indeed pirates. They are indeed planning. But what's this talk about getting your boy back? Could it be that the target was never the victim? Something's not right. I won't sit idly by waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall also thank you again for your help, Lago. Here's that we nice to put our trust in you. had a better. I'm concerned, Lago. It appears the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. Creep ever closer to the dry docks. I must assume they target the vessel. That ship is a symbol of everything Limsa strives to be. I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger. I must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion. And you, Lago, are just the man to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guard submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. Matters not who with, but be sure to question either Elizabeth at the front gate or Snooker at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encountered during the course of your investigation, be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly. Well, adventurer, glad to have another hand aboard. Help the shores up security. Once now our reports would sit on Tota's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as you. Speaking of reports though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near empty. I take a look before he has a chance. Ah, spotted me, did ya? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Hi, Tiny. How are you? I'm good. Enjoying the story that you've been up to. found me one of those pirates that it's kind of nice. Like I love revisiting the story, and I never saw it from the perspective of Lim Solominsa, so um, or Thanalan. But I watched some of the YouTubers' accounts of the one from Thanalan. So this is the only kind of story that I haven't seen. Very interesting. No, I do not play children. The races that were fellas are fully grown potatoes though. But still, no, I eat potatoes. I don't come potatoes. The classes that were excluded from the beginning were human, Alizin, and Lala. And I decided I wanted to play Bunny Boy because I can't make a Bunny Boy servant in our house. I decided I want to play Bunny Boy. So you found me one of those pirates that I knew you were the right adventurer. Ask for aid. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, to each their own. No, I can't see past the thing that they. It's different than in World of Warcraft with the gnomes. Like I played a gnome in Warcraft, but the Lala's just it looks too much like a child to me, and I can't get past that. It's the same as when I try to make like chibi character creators. Like I have to go through a few before I find one that doesn't look like a little girl or a little boy. It's just no, I can't handle that visual. But what could those knaves be planning? What's to happen already happening? Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Now, soldier, did this to you. Pirates, out of nowhere. Attack me good. Gods below. You're not prepared for this. Pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Lago, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these. I will see to the man's wound and then follow after. Make haste now. reckon it would be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. That's a, that's a, oh, that's the pirate. Okay. What are you doing, great bloody fool? Catch your trap, boy. It'll be all over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood to splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. Under the millions wide green ocean made you give up, take up with these self-righteous rats. You're the one with no bloody sense. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered why Athburn never spoke of his father. Never would have thought. The ship's a symbol, all right. Everything that went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Soda, Lago, pray, beat the tar out of this bloated sea slut and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. So you have no idea who you're up against. Getting old. Letting some green venture get the best of me. It's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. Made sure of that, did ya? My thanks, Lago. Shudder to think what might have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates made a right mess of things. I'd better get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could come sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Kim Thoda. How fare you, Lago? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing the madness. Defended more than a simple save the budding hope of Limsalaman's violent demise. Today was your. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement. We are to keep the dry dock safe. Athbone apologized. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's act. All those involved, it was hardest on him. But in time, I believe, the most fitting way of moving past this anger, see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the way, the pirates defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jack. Rainer's men will be taking over the investigation. For the Yellow Jackets, so we recovered most unusual objects. If you have time, I would ask of you another favor. Lago, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others whom. Since last we spoke, a curious mystery discovered among some as a pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. Missive was penned in the material script. Script we believe code. Needless to say, anything just a proven enemy of themselves seems worthy of enciphering be of great interest to Elstra. Fortunately, none of us can make any sense of them. Cases such as this, I'm told Yellow Jackets are Padron and his convenient connection. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the into and no other. Understand? I do understand. Back from the field, Lago. Leia contacted me with a summary of the. It seems you were treated a lecture of knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only yet practice. Without a of combat experience from which to draw, difficult, profound, such a seeming truth. Nevertheless, feel confident that you will be ready for ambitious assignment. That is, maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing. Considering the dedication you have shown toward it, I've decided to merge you for the teaching by other guilds. I would suggest, however, that you first master the Panama. The strategic training you here will serve you well no matter what path you eventually turn to me when the reason tells you it's yay. I can join the crafting. None of these. I'm tired, love. Are you sleeping properly? Once reason, suffer without sufficient rest and should you deem yourself fit for duty, try and make your way down to the or see player has requested you accompany her on a full inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. Sia will explain the situation. I was beginning to think, calculated, Lago. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessels are suspected of smuggling. Merchant ships that make use of dim elements as subject to inspection by Melvin's Gatex. It is a routine I perform daily. In case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of form, though I have full confidence in your martial experience. It is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released contingent on your acceptance of. Very good. The arcane interdiction for the Topaz geometry further expand your offensive. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies falter before you. That 75% is in 100% data provided by Oinka University of Random Percentage. Hi, Tapes. How are you doing? Oh, indeed, could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without support. Please return to Mrs. Tabergium, inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed the final adjustment. Hi, Q! Welcome, welcome! Have you... You're metallic laughing, I don't know. I just lost his mind again. I don't know if he's laughing at chat or something that's happening. You have agreed to accompany. I shall gladly instruct you. Topaz Carbuncle. Laughing all because he can. True, he can. Pray do not hesitate to employ this into combat should the inspection. Well, I haven't seen Wishbone around, so if he has been in secret. During the break from puzzle games. Yeah. I can now summon Topaz. Topaz, I command thee. Alright. Topaz moment. Very much so. This is the mercenaries Gresfin Airstota yet to assist with the both are old hands when here bearing more dangerous. Old mate Lago, my spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting, but as long as we follow the foreseen tactics, the clear head will come out just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Elport. We'll meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. Almost certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. Crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, as that would be all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. What is this pony dog among us abomination? That is Fluttershy dog among us. That is my new pet. Don't be mean to my pet. Full Metal Alchemist moment. Nice. Oh. Yeah. Still thinking of a name, and I got the idea from Leon earlier to do head pats with that, so I'll work on that. I just before the stream I found this Among Us creator, and it was quite interesting. And when I saw there was a Fluttershy suit, I'm like, I need to make this. This needs to happen. This almost is. Oh, wait, yeah. Now, once we manage to clear the rails, we'll face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For small parties such as ours, the most effective strategy would be to incapacitate the individual foes as possible. Opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. Drug-filled horrors beyond our comprehension. I like it. I think it's cute. And I think it's cute and fluffy, and I will name it Fluffy. And I will love it. Now imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. Call this stratagem Hammerfall. Strategy is to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind. Lago. It is time we departed. Let us for the main gates of Hellport. Let us be about our task. Pray and fall. It appears that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Right? You're with the folks from Melbourne's Gate? Hells. I knew they'd be trouble. Well then, certainly glad to see you. Tell your story. Find the landing boat just down here at the end of this round. I have no part in what comes. Deftly handled, Lago. Once again, I am reminded of all. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. Put the merchant vessel out in the bay. Hey, Stota, if you would. The rudder, the morning star away. Since the welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect with a probability of 85% that our arrival on site further our objective. Sorry. Our objective, however, not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold, may behoove us to stratagem, hardhead. What's the deal with these damned estimates? That's just to kind of make her character like it character establishment, kind of like she can only see in strategies and percentiles. That's like the type of person she. Power of maths, you deduce that this pig is gonna be bamboozled in 100%. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We'll bull our way towards the cargo hold. Yes, we can. What is with your mustache? I'm sorry, but that looks a little suspicious. Like a certain historical figure's mustache. Is that a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible? It is a tactic fraught with risk, one that your presence. Are we begin? Adolf, the side character in Final Fantasy XIV. Yep. Yeah, let's go with Charlie Chaplin. Think it's safer on stream. My favorite part of Final Fantasy, Mustache Man cameo appears and he reveals that he fled to Eorzea. And the most interesting part is he's actually the healer of this party. Well, now your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up. See, the bloody thing won't open. You have to come back another day after we fix the hinge. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering port of Salomonsa, bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law is it, lads. I reckon it's time our guests and themselves a little accident. Pitch them over the side. Open the portal to Anime and Brazil. Anime is too powerful. Masterful display logger. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. What have we here then? Did one of the Bit's Admiral's lapdogs scampering about the ship? Just like your mistress, always sticking your nose where it wasn't invited. It can't be. Ah, recognize me, pretty face, did ya? But you were caught, exiled. Dear, you hurt? Stand? Stay back. You stay back from me. Dear, please calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering. I've certainly have enough of these bloody books. Clear you ain't learning anything from them. Reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Huh? Yeah, Nofika preserve us. It's fainted. We must withdraw. It's zooming. That's zoom. Lago, quickly. Back to the boat. We'll carry the Fusia. Aye, that's right. Slink back to your mistress with those curs. Ha 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 ha. So what the? It's good to see you, Lago. Please send word ahead of the travails. Unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous black heart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Smaga? He was exiled from Lim Solomons some years ago. It appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's order, and once more he dares lay hand on the Faya, who alas must have been terrified. If I had known Dismalga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned that duty. Cesar may require some time to recover. For Claia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wound soon meant there is little we can solve the hurt in her. You are concerned, angry mayhap? Harness that energy, channel it into your train. I predict we shall be needing kills again before. Ahoy there, Lago. I've been hearing about your deal with the dry docks. Athburn laid out the entire tale for me. Poor sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business. But at least you kept the Victory sunk before she sailed. And for that, you owe him a thanks. Really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folk know that when they something doing. Eh? You need something doing? And what might that be? You want someone to read the message written funny letter. And Gimtota thought I might be the man. Well, let's see it then. I reckon I might know canny bugger that can read stuff as this. Ugly sot by the name of Obaderon. Yeah, you know, like one of me regulars now, Lager. Never let me down. Navigate to help me. I reckon I can trust you. Jim Toto was right on this message. This hype. We've got us some trouble brewing, yeah, and no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where do we start? Back when I was young, last year, I earned me a living sellsword. That business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prize from the cold, dead hands of it. That's how I came to know how to read a message. Truth be told, script only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagan letters. And I should know. Got it more fishback messages than I can count. Guess worse though, the plan to blow up the Victory is all in, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of hell in Western Andalusia, and then hit the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. Point being, the attack on the Victory weren't an act of a few rebellious pirates. It was key part of some canny bastard's plan. But if I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them, and they rushed into the job, buggered it up. Them the two-faced bastards, as they say, was paying Athburm's old man. There with the Serpent Reaver, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? They have someone to better to do, or what? Seven hells, I've got it all backward. Mess at the Victory. That was meant to be a bloody distraction. Fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstroms, baby. They're after men, like they've always been, sending their pirate lackeys after but about raising hell in Western Andalusia. That's where it'll be. Someone tells me Swift Birch is about to get hit, and hit hard. Like I've just got one facial expression. Here's a rough translation of the myth. Take it to Commodore Rayner at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him a hand, hey? Can be damn sure he'll need. think this is where I'm going to end for tonight. Need to head to bed. I am very tired after the long day. But it was awesome having you guys here. Had some fun story battles. That yeah. Paper. That's so cute. Goblin and a Lala and listen to him. Alright. So tomorrow night. Oh goodness. It froze. But I mean I read basically what was the rest of the stuff and I just ran out. It's just as well I'm ending. That worked. Okay, so tomorrow night I'll probably be doing Final Fantasy. Yes, we can raid the level. I'll probably be on my alt account. We do our Thursday night raid. Our level 90 characters. So I'll be my Love Pub character on the European. And then we have some family abilities. So I'm not sure what day I'll stream again, but it will be over the weekend. But I can't say specific. But I will try and stream the raid tomorrow. Because it seems I figured out the remote play now. It just works different than what we did with God of War for some. But yeah, thank you so much everyone. Let me go see. All of my lurks rated out. I followed the leeway. I haven't. can't use. And thank you, moderator and support. Thank you to Ralsall, Capes of Battle, Stab Attic, Lord Caceres, Section Yan, and Water Bunny. Thank you all for being here, chatting, lurking, all of the good things. All are awesome. Enjoyed spending the time with you guys. And yeah, I'll see you the next one. Till we see each other again. Stay safe, stay beautiful, and I love all of my sprites. Stay special. Bye bye.